Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. This is going to be my update video. If y'all follow me on Instagram over at Ellis Mowers 09, you do know that I have been working on the house quite a bit here in the past. Oh, there's the house. In the past 2-ish months on a second bathroom and third bedroom renovation. Basically doing a little bit of reformatting. That's not the right word, but I guess changing the layout of both the rooms a little bit, making the closet a little bit bigger, making the bathroom make more sense with the laundry in it. If you want to see pictures of that, go over to my Instagram or also my Facebook page. You can also find that at Ellis Mowers 09 on Facebook, be the handle. But this video I'm going to do an update because I'm in a good position on that, and so I'm gonna kind of sprinkle a little bit of mower repair in here since it's still September, relatively warm, leaf season's coming up, and mowers are actually still selling, which is very odd. Usually the faucet turns off here about mid-July and it becomes really hard to sell, but I've sold a couple here and a couple there that I've gotten fixed just in a day or two of spare time that I wasn't working on the house. But like I said, I'm in a very good position on the house. I'm in the process of putting the bathroom together, and drywall's mostly up, and most of it's just going to be putting tile in, the bathtub, shower, and all that good stuff into the bathroom, vanity, toilet, and some paint, some trim, and it'll be done. Anyways, I also want to say, I have not said publicly on YouTube, thank you all. We hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel here over the past week, I guess, and we're already almost at 2,050, so that is really cool. Y'all are helping grow the channel very well, so I appreciate all of the support. If you're not subscribed, feel free to. It doesn't hurt us as YouTube creators. We always love to see more subscribers. It provides more incentive for us to make better videos. So let's get to it. This right here, I hope to clean up here in the next couple of weeks. Now that the weather's starting to get a little bit cooler, and I hopefully will have a little bit more time on my hands. I think I've already gone through what I'm going to do with all of them, so I think I might spare most of that, but let's just say about half of what you see here is going to the dump after I part out a couple of big things off of each of them. So like I said, most of this is just residuals from the year when I was going really pretty flat out and didn't really have time to clean up. So like I said, I'm going to clean up some stuff, and that's good. Let me give y'all an update on the Husqvarna. Y'all gave me a very good reception on this. It had good views. A lot of people were interested, especially it's like my biggest free find ever, and probably forever, honestly. I've mowed with this thing twice since I got it. I like it overall, but let me show you the model of this. It's the YTA 24V48. So, some of these Husqvarnas you'll see marketed as YTH. Some of them you'll see marketed as YTA. And I'll get into the difference here now, I guess. YTH means that it's a true hydrostatic transmission in the back. And I guess a lot of times you have the lever on the side or the foot pedals, whichever one. Those transmissions are pretty good overall. I don't know who makes them. It's an Array. I don't know if Borg-Warner is the one that makes them, or what not. This is the YTA. In my opinion, the H's are the better ones. This is the YTA. This is the only gripe I have about this lawnmower, is the transmission on it. This thing has 63 hours on it, not even. Maybe right at 63 hours on it. It is 4 years old, and this thing, what it does, thankfully I don't have a ton of hills. It's just a little ditch area in the front yard, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But if I went to the Lowe's and bought this thing for $2,200 or whatever, and I was having this problem 4 years into ownership, I'd be a little upset. So what's it's doing, excuse me, is whenever you go up an incline, especially more than about 10 degrees or so, what it'll do is it'll like take off, and then it's almost like it loads up the transmission, and it won't go, but you can like push the pedal up and down, up and down, up and down, and it'll go forward a little bit, load up, and you just let off the pedal, and it's a continuous process until you finally get up the hill. So the difference in the H's and the A's, they call them automatic. Basically, it's a glorified, continuously variable transmission that they adapted with foot pedals and whatnot. I don't know if it's better than the Troy-built setup or whatever, because you know all those are like the Vera drives or whatnot. But it has a variator pulley on the back. There's not really good access to it because I have the tank in the back of this mower. But it's a variator pulley, and it's like a big, wide, thick belt that goes between the drive belt and the variator pulley. And then the variator belt, I guess, goes from a pulley to the variator pulley. So sorry to be confusing there. These, I've looked on forums, and apparently these transmissions are pretty known for that, for not being very good. So I am interested to see what I might be able to do to remedy the issue, as long as it's not an internal issue. It could be as simple as a drive belt, because the person that I got it from had pretty big hills in the yard, so I'm sure it loaded the transmission quite a bit while she was using it. But again, this mower was not abused at all. It was just used, and it had 60 hours on it. It shouldn't be doing that. I just wanted to share that with you, just in case you're looking at buying one of these. Personally, because I had a Husqvarna earlier in the year that was a hydrostatic, and that mower was excellent. This is the automatic. Again, it's like a glorified CVT as opposed to a true hydrostatic that you find on higher end lawnmowers, like the commercial grade stuff. I mean, zero turns use hydrostatic and all that all the time. So anyways, that's kind of my spiel on that. Otherwise, I got nothing in the mower. Cuts beautifully. I've got to sharpen the blades on them. I might have to put new blades on it eventually. But again, small change for a free lawnmower. That's probably worth, well, with the transmission issue, maybe about $900 to $1,000 as it sits. If everything was perfect on it, it'd be probably a $1,300 to $1,500 riding mower. Let me get into a couple of acquisitions that I've purchased over the last few weeks, just because they were good buys. And like I said, I don't remember on my last update video if I covered some of these. Really quickly though, the snapper here runs and cuts. I cut my yard with it a few weeks ago before I acquired that Husqvarna. Does fine. Needs a deck belt. I got a deck belt sitting right over there somewhere, and needs a carburetor clean, I believe. So once I get those two things done, I will attach the bagger that I have for it and probably sell it for maybe $250 to $300. It's worth that. It's an 07 model, so it's a newer one as well, with the 11.5 horsepower Briggs. Pull start only. There's no electric start on it. Pull start only. So new pull rope and whatnot on it as well. So it'll clean up nice. Like I said, it's probably a $300 mower once I get it fixed. The YS4500 I remember showing you. Again, I'm going to show you the craters in the deck. I mean, it's just amazing. The deck was so rotted on it. But this one is running, And I have been searching tirelessly for a deck for this. The closest ones I was finding were like 2 hours away. They were selling within a day if they were less, or if they were $100 or less, and in halfway decent shape. So, but I got a deck for it, long story short. You'll see it here in just a second. I got all these 2-cycle equipment items. They're older, however, they're not like the cheap stuff. These are, well, I got chainsaws. I don't know if these are worth it, but that's a Montgomery Ward 2.3 cubic inch chainsaw. And then here's a McCulloch. And I know that McCulloch and Homelight are decently desirable and decent 2-cycle equipment. I didn't pay anything for these. So I might try some fuel lines and a little bit of carb work whenever it's a slow season. Blower, another McCulloch blower here. Because these have been sitting up in a shed for a little while. They all seem to have good compression, so they at least need fuel lines and primer bulbs. And like I said, Homelight ST275. These bring good money when they're fixed. That might be about a $75 to, or maybe about an $80 weed eater. The McCullochs probably close, because these have got the big heads and stuff on it too. They're all complete as well. So, well, the McCulloch has a big head, the Homelight doesn't. John Deere over here, it's my dad's old weed eater. It doesn't have the head on it, however it runs. I think it just needs a little tuning. I have a head that I will see if it fits from that curved shaft weed eater head. I might just have to take the head off of that and put it on the John Deere. We'll see if that works. Let me show you my 2 newest acquisitions. Here's the deck that's going to be going on this red YS 4500. I found this about a half hour from the house, maybe about 25 minutes. This is the beige limited edition. When I got it, it had no seat, and they say that the engine on it is blown up. The battery's only 2 years old, so hopefully I get a good battery out of it. I paid $60 for it, 60, because I saw that it had the 46-inch deck on it here, which I know is a very good deck overall. Basically comes right off the Husqvarna. I do need to do a little bit of welding on this wheel right here. And I just got to put the anti-scout wheel on it. It's in the back of the truck. I just got to put that wheel on it. So, what I got to do, and I don't have a chute for it. But again, the whole mower was $60. And most of the decks I'm finding are $100, and they're nowhere near. They're like 2 hours away, so I had to jump on this. These newer style Craftsman decks that have the little arms on them are hard to find for a decent price. And when you find them, they sell quick. So I jumped on this. This has got the 22 horse Briggs V-twin. I was told that it was blown up. There was no oil in the crankcase when I went to get it. And it will, let's see if we can get it over. And it might have just, we'll just have to see. I'll have to pull the plugs on it and see if I am getting movement on the crankshaft and the pistons. We might be able to save it, but with no seat and whatnot, I probably won't unless I get a mower that has a very bad frame on it or something. I probably won't save it. Probably use this as a parts mower, especially since I am robbing the deck off for that red one. Again, if I get that red one sold, those YS Craftsmans are easily $600, more like $700 mowers around here, especially since this is a 46-inch deck as opposed to a 42. It should still be a direct bolt-on, so a little bit of welding work, that should fix the issue. Now, I usually don't go out and splurge and spend a lot of money on a riding mower that needs fixing. However, this one right here was an exception. This is, I bought it from a guy who was moving and just needed it gone. It is a Craftsman T2200. It is still the Husqvarna / AYP / whatever you want to call it made mower. A 917 mower, 917-203-3810. So Sears bought, whenever Sears was still alive. It is a 2014 model. It was made April 28th of 2014. I know y'all can't see that sticker, but 22 horsepower V-twin Briggs. It runs. I pulled it on the trailer. Oh shoot, this is not a V-twin. I'm sorry. This is a 19 horse Integ. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, this is still a good engine. Good mower overall. 42 inch, 19 horse Briggs. It's got the hydrostatic transmission on it. With the bagger. 6 years old. I paid $300 for the mower, $40 for the bagger. I figured that it's probably an $800 to $900 mower once I get it fixed. I might be able to squeeze $1,000 out of it because it is a super nice unit. It was probably an $1,800 to $2,000 unit new, especially since it's got the hydrostatic transmission. I'm not 100% sure if this bagger is the correct one for the mower. I believe it is. I just don't have it on 100% correct. The chute right here also does not have the spring on it. And the only other thing I know is that he could not get the grass to cut with it. Now, I don't know why that's the case. The deck belt seems to be tight. The deck belt was off of it when I got it. So I'm about to get it off the trailer. I literally just got back home with it. All the tires are holding good air. So hopefully this is a quick flip. With the bagger, I should be able to sell it because of leaf season and all that. Now's the time to buy. If you are in this business, now is the time to buy up lawnmowers like this, like that, and get your arsenal ready for the spring, because the last thing that you want to do is come March you don't have any inventory, and then you're fighting everybody else to get the little inventory that's available. So that's kind of my spiel on that. Buy up now. People get rid of the stuff at the end of the season. Moving, need the space. Not as many people are out in the market to buy lawnmowers in September, October, November, December. So if you see stuff listed for cheap, you also have a better shot of getting it. Guy listed this. I called it within the first hour or so, and I was able to go get it. I usually don't spend, like I said, I usually don't spend that much money on a lawnmower, but I know that this could be an easy fix. And it was probably about a $400 to $500 profit potentially on an easy fix. With the bagger, I'm almost positive I can sell before the end of the season. A little bit more money in my pocket. Anyways, thank y'all for watching this update. I'll give y'all another update whenever I get everything cleaned up. I will do a video on this mower. I have a video in the works on, well, what will become the deck that goes on the red Craftsman. I will also do a video on just a little bit of fixing up the snapper there. Y'all did really enjoy the video on the old snapper that I had, that I actually sold with the governor issue. Fixed the original mower that the guy traded me back. He got that mower back, and I traded back the snapper. And he painted it and made it look really good. Went to the owner, so it changed hands about 5 times. It went back to the original person that owned it before it changed hands at all, which is really cool. Anyways, I'm out of time for this update. I appreciate y'all watching. You can catch me at Ellis Mowers 09 on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll see y'all on the next video.